Hey everybody, it's Renee. Today we're going to talk about James chapter 4, verse 7. It says, "Submit yourselves therefore to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you." While we're familiar with the second half, the first part of this verse is crucial and sets the foundation for effective resistance against temptation. This first command to submit ourselves to God is not just a passive act. It's an active decision to align ourselves with his authority. James uses the Greek word tazo here to describe the submission of a soldier's obedience to a commanding officer. Again, it's a military term that signifies proper arrangement and respect for authority. Submission to our authority is a source of strength and protection. Just as soldiers rely on their leaders for guidance and safety, we too find refuge and confidence under God's authority. When we wholeheartedly submit to God, we open ourselves to receive his grace and protection. Our confidence in his grace and strengthens us, making it significantly easier to resist the devil. The reciprocal nature of our relationship with God means that as we submit, we gain the ability to withstand temptation. The devil is the accuser and tempter. He seeks to ensnare us in traps of sin. However, when we submit to God, we become protected under the umbrella of his greater authority, making it difficult for the devil to succeed in his schemes. Let's go back to that chocolate sundae example. Picture yourself at a get-together with friends and it's dessert time. Everyone's diving into that ice cream, and while you've decided to skip it, the temptation starts to creep in as you watch them enjoy it. If you haven't first handed over your cravings to God, if you haven't asked for his strength, you might find it really tough to say no. But if you go into that moment with a heart that's submitted to God, leaning on his strength, resisting that temptation suddenly feels a lot easier. This example might seem a little lighthearted, but it reveals something about our daily challenges. Everyone has their own chocolate sundae moment, whether that's about food, money, relationships, you name the temptation. The crucial point is that submitting to God comes before we can effectively resist. We must first choose our response before our temptation arises. By placing ourselves under his guidance, he gives us the protection we need to stand strong against any negative influences. And what does the devil do? He has no choice but to retreat. James uses this word fuego, which describes this fleeing as a terrified escape, like a lawbreaker running from the scene of a crime. When we take our stand in God's strength, the devil is effectively put on the run. So how does this verse connect with the broader themes in the book of James and about faith and action that we've already discussed? There's a lot going on here. Think about this today. See you later.